I may have everybody mute, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you once again for joining the Heroes webinar. Today is Sunday, the 19th, no, the 30th of March, 2025. And my name is Comfort, talking to you from the United Kingdom. Today is another special day. Each time you see us here, we have something special to do. We have something special to discuss. And you might be watching us in one of our numerous YouTube channels. Do not go. We are presenting a wonderful and unique opportunity that is going to change lives around the world. And today we are discussing a very, very interesting topic, which says welcoming transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. But before we go ahead to start, we would like to say Happy Eid Mubarak to our Muslim brothers and sisters in the family. We also want to say Happy Mothering Sunday to the women of the United Kingdom. And again, on a sad note, our dear sister Gifty Safwa, Gifty Giggles, gift of unpassive, as you know her. She lost her elder brother, and the funeral is ongoing today, so she will not be with us. Let's think about her, remember her and her family in prayers. And of course, guys, let's get cracking. And when you see Mike Ellis, what else do you want to do? Mike, for some reason, you always want to be the person to go first. Everybody likes to hear your voice. When you started, it just sparks something different in people's hearts and lives. So the topic, welcoming transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. Mike, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Comfort. I really wasn't expecting to go first today, but that's fine. Moving forward, freeing ourselves from the past and coming into the new transformation that's coming. I was on the OTech Pros webinar yesterday, and it was very, very good. Similar topic, a little different, but similar. And of course, when I came on, I talked about the numbers, and I have had a couple of requests to kind of skinny that down a little bit. I talked a lot yesterday, and I brought a lot of the numbers in, and it really wasn't necessary to understand the concepts and how this company that Mr. Mufar is bringing forward, what we're going to have very, very quickly, is going to change our lives. And obviously the numbers make a big difference. Andy knows that better than most. And the two terms I talked about yesterday was stagnant and consistency. And stagnant, it really is kind of self-explanatory. You don't want to be stagnant in anything. You really don't. You want to be moving forward, obviously, but you can also be moving backwards. That's not where we want to go. So when we talk about stagnant, you don't want to be stagnant. You always want to be moving forward. And then I talked about consistency when it came to the baseline. And I got into the numbers, and I think I lost a lot of people. And I just want to explain consistency with the baseline, how it works in your life, how it's going to work in your business. When we talk about the consistency of the baseline, we talk about sales, and we talk about being paid, making a commission and being paid. As we think about sales, it can never be stagnant. It always has to move forward. Even though you might be in a place where you have a product, you're offering the product to the world off of your marketing platform. And I'm not going to explain that today. Somebody else can do that if they want to. But you have a marketing platform, sales come in, you make a commission. And it's never stagnant. You might come in the first month and you might make 3 sales in a month. And those sales are not stagnant. And the way it works is the first 3 sales you get, you come into the second month. Because of the way the system works, individuals that come in and buy the products, there's a subscription period. And if it's monthly, they have to come in the next month and they have to resubscribe. So the first 3 months, the first 3 sales you get in the first month roll over into the second month. And then if the sales are consistent, you'll get 3 more sales in the next month. So now it's 6. And then the third month, it's not 6, it's 9. So your sales are never stagnant. They're always growing. And because of that, the amount of commissions that you're making are always increasing. And then when I talk about the consistency of the baseline, And again, all of these are going to vary a little bit. Even the sales will vary a little bit. In some months, you might make a sale the first week, sale the second week, a sale the third week. So that's going to vary a little bit. It's the same with the commissions. The commissions might vary just a little bit, but not much. Once you get that baseline of what you're making per sale, and let's say you're making 3 sales a month, you know that month you're going to make that commission, and then you know it's going to roll over the next month. You're going to get 3 more sales, and you're going to make that commission. That is your baseline. And when you understand your baseline, this is really key. Once you understand your baseline, you can project what you're going to make. We're talking about one product now. When you start to add more products to the sales part of it, and then to the baseline, and there's consistency there, we're always moving forward, we're not stagnant, there's consistency, you can kind of predict what you're going to be doing month after month after month after month. Now, if you actually start putting numbers to what I've just said, it will blow you away. Because everybody here that's listening to us, you're going to be able to find a way forward to get to that place where you want to be. Whether it's 500 a month, whether it's 5,000 a month, whether it's 50,000 a month. And I say that, and people poo-poo that, but if you run the numbers, if you really run the numbers and you find that baseline, you're going to find that getting to a place you never thought you could get to, you're going to be able to do that. Now, obviously, we don't know exactly how that's going to work because Mr. Mufar hasn't come out and shared how it's actually going to look. But what I've just told you is very, very conservative. Just a couple of things. Number one, that's just one aspect of the commission structure. So with just that one aspect, you can run that out and you can get to pretty much wherever you want to be. There is more. And that's what's going to blow you away. Mr. Mufar, and I don't know what that is. I can speculate, but I won't do that. All I can tell you is there's more, and it will affect each and every one of us in ways you can't even imagine. Really, I think it's going to be that powerful. And then the last thing I want to say, and then I'll turn it back over to Comfort. There will come a time and point, because of what I've just told you, where you're going to start to have to worry about asset protection. In other words, you're going to get to the place where you're making enough money where you want to protect that. That is a conversation we will have in the near future. But I can tell you there are ways to protect your assets from whomever wants to get it, whether it's the government, whether it's attorneys, whether it's the IRS, wherever you are, whatever the IRS is in your country. There are ways to, and I'm not a financial planner, but I can point you in the right direction. There are things you can do to completely and totally protect your assets. It's called being a sovereign human being. And when you're a sovereign human being and you have control of your assets, why should you let anybody else come in and take those away from you? A lot of stuff to think about there, and I'll just let everybody out there ponder it, play with the numbers, understand where you're going, and then as you get there, there are ways to protect the assets that Mr. Mufara has given us the ability to bring into our lives. Really, really fun stuff. I'll leave it there, Comfort. I came on just to kind of simplify it a little bit because I got crazy yesterday. So I'll turn it back over to you, Comfort. Hopefully that made sense, guys.
Indeed, Mike, it does. And guys, whoever is listening, Mike has made it so simple in such a way that even my auntie down the village can understand, right? So, and I like the emphasis on the fact that we don't know how it's going to be yet until Ash tells us. So what we're doing here is just tapping from the knowledge of people who have been doing things online before we met Ash. And so what he is sharing is knowledge based on what he knows, and not exactly something that Ash has asked him to come and say. So let's treat it as that. Thank you so much. And let's hear from another brother in the house, Collins Banner. Are you happy to come off the mic?
Oh, thank you, Comfort. I just want to greet all our lovely brothers and sisters here today. It's Mother's Day in the United Kingdom. I don't know the other countries, but it's Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the house. So yeah, we are here, just to talk about a lot of stuff, but the main topic is, welcoming transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. We want to be free from the weight of yesterday. All of us have been transformed, whether we like it or not. Since we joined this company, we have been transformed one way or the other. Our lives, the way we think before, is not the way we think now. For those who have plugged in, we know this is not an easy journey. And that's the reason why Mr. Ashbora brought us all in to follow the journey, to understand what he is doing, so that at the end of the day, we can all celebrate. But when we look at it, most of the time, people hold on to their past, never ever wanted to let go. It can be your own personal life. We always hold, finding who to blame. This is an easy route for you to disappear, to say, no, it's not my fault. Bye, I'm done. Mr. Mofara would have done that and say, you know what? It's not my fault. I'm done. Gone. Most companies always do that. They say, no, you know what? Though the battle is tough, things can happen. I will take the blame, but it will take us to a better place. And now what we are witnessing now is something better than what has already gone. Just imagine if all of this didn't ever happen and the company become a multi-billion-dollar company, then things like this happen. We would have been in a very deep mess, crying, and it would take a longer time to even resolve the issues. Because, when you are growing, when you are a baby, you can easily fix it. Like in IT, they always said, when something is tiny, you can fix it. But when you allow the code to grow, it is difficult to fix it. And that's why most companies, they'll say, let's hire new people to start to build it from scratch again. But thank God that it happens, so they can easily find the issue, spot it, whether internally or externally, and then sort it out, block everything, and then restart again. Not restart, because the idea is already there. Everything is already there, but how we can navigate and then bring it back to life. And they always said every disappointment is a blessing. In life, every disappointment is a blessing. People never counted their blessing. You can never learn from what you have achieved. Your success, people don't learn from their success. You learn from your failures. Like Andy always said, the person who discovered light, he said, I find 1,000 ways to do what? To make it better. Ash found 1,000 ways or 1,000,000 ways to make this solution better. And we will be what, like Bob said, will be the beneficiary of what Ash is doing. It's a divine provision. But who are those who will benefit? It is us. For those who have plugged in. And to be honest with you, it is really sometimes difficult to comprehend what Mr. Ash Mofara is doing. But what he is doing is bigger than all of us. Until the day things will happen, then we will start to realize what this man has done with his family. Last time I spoke to Oliver, and we were just having a chat with Vince and Bob. Even Comfort, I've said this to Comfort. It is, when I pray, I always said, Mr. Ash Mofara, thank you. I think about the wife. Today is Mother's Day in UK. Most often, women will say, I'm done with it. I'm done. I cannot have this anymore. We cannot be spending our money. Behind every successful woman, a man, there is a woman. Men are always vulnerable and weak. Women are strong. They can pull you up and they can bring you down. Your house, if your house is on fire, that man cannot sleep. So we have to give credit to Mr. Ash Mofara's wives to say, keep on, move on. We will not listen to anything. You will push on. You will ride on until we get this thing done. Imagine if this man, forget about the family, the mother, the dad, they can say, go on. And the wife said, today you will not sleep in this house. You will not do it, or we split everything and I will go with the children. You continue with your what you want to do, and God bless you. But the wife said, I'm there with you. I will follow you to the end. I will give you the maximum support. With all the insult that will insult this man and the wife said, go on. That woman is strong. We have to give credit to the wife to encourage him, to push him on, because sometimes I always said men are vulnerable. Little stress, they'll give up and they don't want stress. But the wife said, you know what? I will be your strength. I'm your helper. You will push on until we'll see people smile. The whole world will be crying. And this is what is a lesson to all of us all. Where do we want to be? In a company where we can bless others, like the way Ash is bringing it, or in a company where we'll just have it for ourselves and say, you know, let the rest suffer and die. He have teach us a lesson, and this is what we have to learn as we move through this journey of this company. So I'll leave it there, Comfort. Thank you very much.
Was a powerful delivery indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think, Collins, as you were talking and mentioning Ash's wife, the second part of the question, which says it's going to free us from the weight of yesterday. I'm thinking like this freeing us from the weight of yesterday could date back to generations behind, you know, because I think she's not only thinking about the 21st century and the failures online, but what generations have gone through. People have inherited poverty and struggling and things like that, and all of these things till this stage. But then there comes a moment like this when they say, enough is enough. We are going to stand up and do something different. And nobody ever said it was going to be easy. All we do is embrace and move on with it together. Jean, are you happy to come after Collins? Thank you.
Wow, what an honor. Thank you so much, Comfort. Thank you, Mike Collins, for the great words. This is a big topic, and you can really look at it from a lot of different perspectives. For me, I kind of want to go at it twofold because I got such a visual when I read it. And that was the welcoming transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. And the visual I got was an exercise of taking everything from your past, all of the, say, trauma, old habits, experiences, everything like that, and putting them into suitcases. It's a visual exercise. You fill those suitcases and they get heavier. You feel the weight, right? The weight of yesterday gets heavier and heavier and heavier, and you feel the burden of it. You feel how it holds you down and keeps you from moving forward. And when you can't stand the weight anymore, the exercise, which is personal empowerment, is to let go of the suitcases. You just let them go. And that is the first very, very practical tool that I wanted to share, because it is, you spend the time envisioning it, you know, all of these things from the past, just like everyone has said before, that they don't serve us at all. The past is gone, and all it does is serve to pull our focus away from the present moment and from the potentials of the future, right? So the second fold part of this, another practical tool, is the power of our own focus. See, both of these things are just, everything is within our power to change our lives. And we are part of a co-creative experience here where we're creating something really important and really beautiful and transformative for the world. So the second part is understanding the power of our focus, right? We're always talking about focusing on the good. Ash has said repeatedly, focus on the good. Don't look at the past. Don't look at what's come before, good or bad. You know, don't look at the old challenges or the names of things or any of those things. Focus on what's good right now. What is positive? What's happening here on the screen? What's happening across the world as people are helping their communities, helping each other? We are supporting our CEO. These are all positive, really powerful things. And if we don't put our focus on the good, if we are constantly going to the past or constantly looking at the negative things, we're pulling this treasure of a power, of energy, the skill, we're pulling it away from its most powerful place, which is on the good, which is on focusing forward. And I have some really, if I have a moment, some really practical examples of this in my own life. I have, they talk about what you focus on expands. If you're always focusing on something, you're going to see a whole heck of a lot more of it, no matter what it is. Again, good or bad. And in my own life, just say I had, I don't know, a rash on my hand or something like that. And if I'm constantly focusing on it, constantly worrying about it, that thing is going to get worse and worse and worse, right? Until I focus on health, on wellness, on the end goal, then it's really not going to get better. It's not helping anything. Same thing with relationships. If I have a disagreement with someone in my family and I'm always focusing on the past experience, that person always argues with me, or that person is always contrary, or whatever it is, if we're always thinking of that and expecting it, the universe, we're going to get more and more of it. So another powerful thing is to take our focus away from the negative, focus on something else entirely, or the most powerful thing that we can do is to envision these situations. And I know this is kind of deep, but if we take these experiences that we feel are negative or not going the way we want, and we envision them going differently, going better. And the reason I bring this up is I've seen relationships completely transform in my personal life where I changed my thinking, my focus to the positive, envisioning, say, in the case of someone with illness, if someone comes to me and says, Jean, pray for me, I have an illness, I immediately forget the illness and I focus fully on their wellness. That's where the power lies. And that's how we can bring this company into fruition more quickly, more beneficiently, if that's a word, by focusing fully on the goodness. I'm taking too much time here, but I'll end by saying one of my most favorite scriptures, which is Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, which is, finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. And in my opinion, if we continue to do this, Ash has asked us to do this repeatedly. If we do this, we are going to create such a massive amount of goodness in this world. And that's all I wanted to share on the topic. Thank you so much.
God, I'm very, very excited where this is going to take us to, because we've had 3 powerful deliveries already, and we've got a few more on the screen. I acknowledge the presence of our brother Dan Street, who just joined. Dan, welcome, and we'll give you time to settle in and listen, maybe and join in at some point. The topic says, welcoming transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. So now I am about to go over to Mr. Johnson, Chris Johnson. I call it differently today. Welcome, bro.
Welcome. Wow, look at all these beautiful faces on here. I don't know about any of you, but I'm still shaken from this morning. Everyone knows me and Marty do a 9 o'clock live, and it's pretty standard how I have a routine every single day. And about 9:30, 9:40, halfway through our live, we get this crazy message. And it said, before you go on live, listen to this message. And I'm panicking. Marty's still talking about the country. I'm trying to send him a message, bro, check the messages. Check the messages. I'm trying to listen to it. He's trying to listen to it. And it shook me to the core. At that moment, I felt a heavy burden be lifted off 1 million people because of the news of what he said. It was very, very simple. Check your OAS, be ready, new developments coming. That's all he had to say. I'm still shaking. Matter of fact, on Sundays is usually when I clean. When the live was over, I grabbed my floor mop and I went crazy. I had more energy. Oh, I got to get this done. Yeah, there's things that are going to be happening soon. Okay. I'm thinking, well, I got to take care of my responsibilities, but I couldn't get it out of my mind. What he said. the most powerful message I believe he's ever sent to myself and Marty. And he said, make sure you share it out. And that's what we did. And like I said, I got goosebumps, the hair on my arm standing up, because I don't understand. I don't know if you understand how exciting that message is for all of us, not one individual, not two, and all of us. And the burdens that we have that are behind us have lifted. That's how I looked at that message. It's kind of even hard to talk about. Yesterday, I talked about me a little bit, about all the years I had to work to make a few $1,000s a month. Okay. And I see the potential every single day. I watch Marty DeGarmo, my brother, talk about these countries that don't make anything, that need help. It's hope. It's the will that someone wanted to do better, not just for themselves, but for the entire world. Lifting people's burdens, finding solutions for everyone. Fresh water, homelessness, we've talked about that a million times. And when I heard that message, for some reason, I had a vision of fresh water for everyone, no more homelessness. People got a chance. People are going to be able to live. It's a powerful, this company and Ash Mafar are extremely powerful, my opinion, because he's doing so much for so many people. And a lot of people still don't understand that. I'm here to tell you, is Ash Mafar has worked his batoonie off. I'll say it, be a nice word today because it's Sunday, for all of us. And I'm never going to forget that. I have no way to thank Ash Mafara and all of you for doing such a great job in keeping the positive, like we'll call it the Jean Leva moment, because she's always positive. All right. The things that we've had to go through, the struggles that we had to watch Ash go through. We didn't really go through it. What did we do? We came up with different ways to keep people's minds distracted from what he had to do. Keep them happy, content. What do we say? We're not going anywhere. We're still here. All right. Your burdens from yesterday, say bye-bye to them. Say bye to them. Don't let them drag you down. Listen, for 32 years, I never made a change. I did the same darn thing over and over and over. It was a horrendous 32 years for me. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. I don't think about those 32 years anymore. What I think about is the future of this company and what it's going to do for my personal life, my family's life, my friends, countries. I only was an auto worker, man. Come on, anyone could be an auto worker. I'm not knocking myself down, but damn, now I feel like I am the king of the world, and I have the opportunity to get out and help anyone in the world, anyone. That's what this company makes me feel like. I'm going to help you. Maybe not all at once, but darn, I'm sure going to try. That's what Ash Mafara asks of us every day. Go out, be nice, be kind. Stay away from the negative. Keep positive. You do get that gene, good thing, a rash on your hand. Look away from it. You got another one. It'll go away. Ash Mafara has built something. Ash Mafara has built a future for all of us. I can't thank him enough. I really can't. It puts tears in my eyes. Remember I told you, get that box of Kleenex out? Mine sits right here every day. And today was one of those Kleenex moments. Be ready, check your OAS. New developments coming. If you're not fired up or excited about what you've been part of for 7 years, 6 years, 5, 4, 3, 2, be fired up and get ready for a change. Don't get ready just for the change for yourself. Get ready to change other people's lives. That's what it's all about. It's never been about anything else but changing people's lives, giving that person that never had a chance a chance. welcome to this world of Ash Mafara. Miss Comfort, back to you.
Wow. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed, we are here. We are being empowered to change first our lives and then change the lives of our communities and why not the world at large. Thank you, Chris. And let's travel a bit far from here now, getting over to Australia as we hear from our sister, Naro. Welcome, sis.
Hey, thank you, Comfort. Can I just say ditto to Jean? No, thank you, Jean. That was lovely. Everybody has a different perspective, I suppose, on each topic that's brought up. Sorry, I'm talking slow. But for some people, they can't seem to understand my accent unless I talk slow. So transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. And like Jean said, it's a huge topic. You know, Mike Ellis talked about, crazy, I've got written next to your name, Mike Ellis. I don't know why, but, you know, about protecting our assets. It was something that actually came to me earlier today, that same subject. And yeah, I think it's a big topic that needs to be discussed another time. However, today, what has come to me, thank you, Chris, beautiful. You always come from the heart. It always, I suppose, yeah, it gets to us, you know, when you're talking about Ash and the amount of time that he's put in. I wrote a couple of things down. So, you know, when you're transformed with open arms, what I see is people running together. I see people running towards each other. Those that are us, that have been fortunate enough to be founders within this beautiful company, running towards those who need us the most. You know, that to me was what came up for me, as running with open arms. We're here to help you. And it really is quite an emotional feeling, because when we talk, and like you said, you know, we've been distracting and doing other things, and I don't mean business-wise, but we're just keeping the ship rolling. You know, we're out on the water, it's got a bit rough, and we just keep the oars in the boat and we keep rowing. And sometimes, you know, the strong ones need to be uplifted as well. But for me, that transformation of running towards each other. When you spoke, Jean, about, you know, the keeping positive, and Ash has always spoken about this, part of that came up for me as those who have strived to bring us down, or those who really don't understand or don't want to understand are not happy. They're not happy within themselves, because we all know that happiness begins within. If we don't start here, then you're always going to blame somebody else, because it's a victim mentality. It's a I'm going to stay here because this is where I feel comfortable. Don't you dare tell me anything different. Don't you tell me how to live my life. But unless somebody actually does, then you're never going to change. You know, I come from a past, and everybody knows most of it, but I had a lady who kicked me up the bum a lot and said, this is what you need to do. And she kicked me until I wanted to throw her down the stairs, because she pushed me outside of my comfort zone. She made me think about things differently. And unless we stand up and say, hey, this is happening, and we've been saying it for how long, it doesn't matter. Whether you heard it yesterday for the first time or you heard it 7 years ago, it's the same message. We're here to bring hope for humanity. We're here to stand beside a man called Ash Mafara and also support him and support his vision. I think that was about it. Yeah, and whoever brought it up, it might have been you, Jean, but Ash's reward. Oh, no, Chris, you said that, you know, we don't know how to thank Ash. Okay, there is nothing that we can do, but Ash's reward is seeing the smiles and the love on the faces of those people that we're going to be able to help. So thank you all for sharing, and thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be here. So thank you, everyone, and thank you, Comfort.
Thank you, Narelle. Thanks so much. And guys, let's hear from our brother Dan Street. Dan, welcome.
Well, hello, everybody. I just got home. I was at church and I just got home and I got a message that, important meeting and it would be exciting if we all got together and got on this. And I look forward to talking to everybody. And, one thing I'm not prepared with a whole lot other than reiterating a lot of the things that I said yesterday on the OTEC Pros. And it seems to be a similar subject, but I heard Gene talk about Philippians, and I talked about it's kind of ironic because I talked about that yesterday about how what Paul says in Philippians is to forget what lies behind and strain forward to what lies ahead, and how Paul strained with every fiber of his being to keep moving forward and to win the prize for which God had called him. And so Philippians is just an amazing book in the Bible about. There's one of my favorites is Philippians 4, 6, and 7, right before what you were talking about, Gene. And that's do not be anxious about anything, for in everything by prayer and petition, present your requests to God, and the peace of God will surpass all understanding. So we just have to keep our faith and and not really dwell on failures and past relationships and the past temptations and anything that might distract you from moving forward. And I think we all learn from our past failures, but we got to forget about them, because if we forget about those past failures, we have a healthier mindset about everything. So dismiss it from your mind, pay no attention to it, don't dwell on it. And I think that's exactly what Mr. Mufara has done. He is the poster child for being able to put past failures and mistakes and everything and just focus on the future. And he's been that perfect example of a man who just focuses on the prize, and he doesn't let past mistakes dictate his future prize that's coming, as we're hearing again from Chris, even sooner than we might have thought. So we pray every day about the task that Mr. Mufara and his team have at hand, and how hard they're working for not only themselves but for us. And he's making not only our dream a reality but his dream a reality, and he's taken the pressure off of his family and it's going to be so exciting just to see how Ash is able to have a little bit of rest and be able to do some of the things that he's enjoying. And I'll just conclude with the fact that I'm excited. I'm excited about this group of people here and how persistent you have been and how amazing you are at believing and staying loyal. And I think that's what Ash wants, and I think that's what excites him as well, is that how loyal all of us have stayed that are in this group together, and on many, many more. And he likes that dedication and support. And we are dedicated and we support him and his team. And we believe that this is going to be very successful for the long term. And there will be long-term stability and success for all of the people who really believe in this project. So thanks. That's all I have for today.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks so much, Dan. So one thing I know, which I think we all can agree to, is the fact that when we are coming to meetings like this, nobody ever plans to say a thing. But the moment you start speaking, these things come out. I'm talking about the dwelling on Philippians today. We are not trying to make it something else. It's emphasizing on the divinity of unpassive. Unpassive is just different. It's divine. And we cannot ignore that. We cannot ignore that because it's what it is, and we can only embrace it because that's how it's going to take us where we are going to. So I'll just tell my sister Francine to be ready, because Sage is one of those voices I really like to listen to, but I'll let him speak in the language he expresses himself in better, and I'll call on our sister Francine to interpret, but I'll give you time. I'll let us one or two people speak first, and we'll come over to you, so you are free to speak in French. Francine will do the job for us. So, Brother Bob, come on, say something.
Oh boy. Hello, everyone. This is your brother Bob from Bel Air, Maryland. It's good to be here. I'm glad to see everyone. Thank you so much. Let me first of all start by saying Happy Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters around the globe. And also Happy Mother's Day to our mothers in the UK. In the United States, I think it's the second Sunday of May. That is our own Mother's Day. So, but we wish all the mothers and all the anticipating mothers Happy Mother's Day. And of course, our sister Gifty, please accept my profound condolences to your family. And I hope that the soul of your senior brother find eternal rest with the Almighty. Beautiful topic. Brother Collins, that was a good one. Welcoming transformation with open arms, free from the weight of yesterday. I'm going to take it slightly from a slightly technical perspective today, just to expand on what when I read this, what jumped out at me. You know, welcoming transformation. And when I listened, when I went back and I thought of what our founder, Mr. Ash, said maybe 3 weeks ago or so, he said that the name of the game is unlimited. So the transformation that we're coming, if we're looking at it from, remember, we are an IT company. We're a software development company. We develop software. So our founder is saying that the name of the game is unlimited. And then Brother Mike Ellis, last month, Mike Ellis said, made a powerful, he made this powerful metaphor where he used the sea, the open sea. So the system is designed like an open sea. You can sail as much as you can. Was that right, Brother Mike? You said that, didn't you? You know, or look at it like if we are looking at the cloud, the sky. My brother Oliver says the sky is not the limit, it's the starting point. So that is the system, that is the transformation that is coming. If you are looking at it from the sea perspective, it's an open sea that our founder, Mr. Ash, has developed for you to come in and you can sail in and sail as much as you can with the limited effort that you need. Coming now from the another perspective, from technology perspective, software development perspective, what is the weight that companies face today? What is the weight of yesterday or today? We're looking at limitations and regulations. You see? So look at it as an unlimited. That's the mindset of our founder. When you talk of limitations, when they develop software, you have license, you have limit, you have this number of people who can use the software. So there's always limit. They build small functionality, they put limits on how much you can use it, they add a little bit of functionality, they charge you more. You understand? As your father is transformed, we are transforming that mindset. We are saying that it's unlimited. We are saying that you are building a system that is globally compliant. You don't need to worry about global compliance because the system is coming in inbuilt with compliance regulation. We have looked in around the world, all the compliance things that we need to consider and we factor into our system. So when you get this system, that is the transformation we're talking about. That's how I see it from the technology software side. But us here, looking at it as a layman, what do we need to do? How do you look at it from a transform? How do you accept this transformation with open arms? Mindset. You have an open mindset. Be open to ideas. You know, be open to ideas and be ready to accept change. Remember, Mr. Ash told us it's in the back office. He said you have to accept change. If you don't change anything, nothing changes. That's why he looked at it, he went through, he realized a few issues here and there. He course corrected, he made the change, took control, and that's it. You know, stay positive. Look, us that we are here. Find people like-minded like you, people that raise you up, people that inspire you, people that ignite you. Stay focused on Ash. Focus on Ash. Do you want to focus on someone who is giving you conjectures and trying to impugn the credibility of someone they don't know? Or do you want to stay focused on someone who comes before you for the past 7 years and say, my name is Ash Mufare, I'm your brother, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. When he makes mistakes, he comes out and says, I've made mistake and correct. Do you believe that guy that you see his face, or someone hiding behind a computer with a pseudonym? That is the transformation we're talking about. You know, lastly, I would say patience. In this transformation that we're talking about, patience is a virtue. Transformation takes time. It takes time, my dear friends. So on March 30th, today is 3 years. Brother Madi said this, I think Mino said this at the beginning of the program. Let me tie in this transformation and how unlimited the game. Let me tie in with our founder Ash, because Brother Chris Johnson is here, Oliver is here. I think they will agree. We had the privilege of being in that meeting with Mr. Ash. And Oliver and I sat next to, we were sitting, Ash was sitting directly in front of where I was talking and looking straight at us. The man's mindset, the mindset of this guy is like he has embraced abundance in his soul. He does not believe in limitation. And I'll explain to you in simple example. Brother Chris, you will remember when we sat the first night in that dinner, we all ordered our food, ordered our appetizers and everything. Ash Mufara places his order. He orders his own appetizer, which is enough to feed all of us. He did not do that, he did it twice. The next day, at our special dinner that we had somewhere else, he did the same thing. So it is not surprising to me that he's saying that the name of the game is unlimited. The name of the game is unlimited. Back to you, Sister Comfort.
Wow, it's quite heavily loaded today, guys. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So, you know, all of these things you are saying about Ash, he does it much, he wants to give it much, he orders that much food and stuff. I think he is passing a very stage that there is enough in this world to cater for every need. It's just that we need to reset our mindsets to know that everybody needs to be taken care of. And so let's make it unlimited, because that's how much we have a God who is unlimited. That's how much the world has got. And so if we tap in with that right mindset, I think it's doable, and he is doing it by the grace of God. Thank you. Thanks so much. So I would like to hear from my brother, Andy. Welcome, bro.
Hi, thanks, Comfort. Thanks, everyone. Happy Sunday. I think there's a famous saying, and I can't remember who, excuse me, who said it, but if you don't change the way that you do things, you'll always get the same result. Well, that's madness. So things need to change. Success is impossible without drastic changes. You know, and there are so many of us that hold on to the past, and that's just wrong as well. I'm going to focus a little bit on the other side of the coin. I think what we have, and what Chris mentioned earlier, I'm as excited as Chris is. I know I don't show it. I'm a Brit. We don't do that the same as you Yanks do. But I am extremely excited by what's coming. The one thing I don't listen to, and I think a lot of people unfortunately do, is rumors. The key question is, who do you listen to? You have to listen to a credible source. If you're not listening to a credible source, you're an idiot. And unfortunately, there are quite a few of them around. So we need to listen to those in the know. And we're blessed to have a number of people on this panel that get a lot of information, know what's going on, and we like to spread that word. Now, whether you view me as a credible source or not would be a question. But bottom line is, the likes of Marty, Mike, Dan, Chris, etc., we hold them with great respect, and at the end of the day, I like to listen to them no matter what, because we learn an awful lot, one, and two, they're credible. So don't pay attention to any of these rumors that are being spread around. It does make me giggle, I have to say, because some of the guys that have contacted me as part of the group of, have you seen this? Pay no attention to it. It is total and utter garbage. Listen to those in the know that know what they're talking about. Don't pay any attention to this. Now, I love the figures, as you well know, and I love listening to Mike do the figures because it goes, oh, you can't see me now. It goes, blows my head, blows my mind. The opportunity that presents itself here is something you will never find again. In my entire career, I've been looking for somebody to help me get to the next stage, to help me do the bits that I don't understand. And we have a man here that knows how to do it, that is creating something that actually does exactly what it says on the tin. And it covers the bits Chris is like me. We're not guys in the know. The tech guys, yeah, great. They understand the products. Me, not exactly. But the beauty of it is that this is designed to be able to help those with the bits and pieces that we don't know how to do. And that in itself is exciting. Because if you finally found a company that's going to say, do you know what, I'm going to give you a bit of hand here. You do this bit and I'll do that bit for you. And you go, thank you. So we're back to planning and the famous phrase, aren't we, Comfort?
Yes. Proper planning.
Proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Absolutely.
Yes.
And the beauty of it is that we still have time to do this if you haven't done it already. And shame on you if you haven't. But I don't know about you, but I keep changing my plans. My plans change on a regular basis. So I write them, rewrite them, etc. And that's what everybody should be doing right now. Thank you, Comfort. Back to you.
Yes, I think you're ready for success because the very first thing you said was that success is impossible without changes. That's why you keep changing your plans to adapt to the new things that Ash is bringing up, and that's how it works. Thank you. So I'll listen to one more person, then Marty, and then Serge. So Peter Rogers, do you want to chip in something, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Comfort. Hello, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to everybody in the UK, all the ladies and mothers. My condolences, obviously, to Gifty and the loss of her brother. Yeah, just, we've had obviously a lot of people, great speakers again. I can only sort of reiterate what they've already said again. We would talk about, obviously, the business of, it's been a journey. I've been involved in it for 7 years, and it's a progression. It's like life. You go through life, but and life is a journey. But you can't look back. We all have ups and downs in our life, and you have ups and downs in business as well. And we can't go back. We have to look forward, and we've got to go forward. And we've got to be positive, and you've got to look for the positive side of everything that's positive. And in life we do get knocked down, and I'll put my hands up to it. When you get knocked down, you do focus on the negative side of things, and a lot of people do that in business, and it's not the way to go. And I know there's a lot of people out there who are obviously waiting for this journey to obviously happen, and it's obviously going to be very soon by the sounds of the news that we've had from Chris and everything else. It's obviously looking exciting, but we have to focus on the good stuff and don't focus on the bad stuff. And all I can say is that you've got to get your mindset right, and it is difficult. We're all individuals and we all think differently, but you have to look forward and move forward. And as a person, for what we're involved in, I'm looking forward to the next phase that Ash Mafara is obviously putting forward for us. And I'm looking forward to obviously what's going to happen in this next week, and I'm hoping everybody else who's listening to this, on YouTube and all that, they're as excited as what we are here. We've all been on this journey together, and it's a journey, and it's going to be part of our history of this business, and we've just got to aim to be aim to look at the good stuff that's coming, and I can't really emphasize anything more on what all these other guys have really said. Obviously Mike's talked about the figures. That excites me. I mean, he talked about it yesterday, and it did excite me. But we're all there, and we're all focusing on the positive side and looking to move forward. And so all I can say to everybody is be ready, be prepared. Like Andy said, make sure you're ready. We're going to be here to obviously help you move forward when the next phase comes ahead. So it's great fun. Thanks for inviting me again to speak. But I think we're all in a good place, and let's go. Let's look forward to it. Back to you, Comfort.
So thank you, Pete. You say we can't look back, and this reminds me of something that the last woman in the Bible who looked back was turned into a pillar of salt, and that was the wife of Lot. So the way forward is forward. We can only look forward, and that is where everything is. So thank you, Pete. And this time around, I would like my brother Serge to come in and make a quick contribution. Francine is going to interpret. And then Marty, before you start talking, let us know if you were listening, then you might be rounding up. If you were not listening from the onset, then I'll get just one person to round up, and I'll be in. So Serge, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. So I would like to thank you all for the wonderful work. You all do everything every week and every single day to keep the company going, to support Ash and his company. And I would like to thank Ash himself and his family, his wife. This is a family that put itself through problem, criticizing, attacks, so that other people can laugh tomorrow, have hope tomorrow. This is, for me, something great, a true demonstration of love for others. I am a believer, I'm a Christian, and I can understand that what this family is going through. So thank you, Ash. Thank you, thank you for your whole family, for your whole team. And I would like to continue in French because of people who speak French. So, OK, nous sommes encore là aujourd'hui pour parler de notre compagnie, de cette belle compagnie avec ce thème d'aujourd'hui qui est accueillir la transformation à bras ouverts, libérer du poids du passé. Et comme nous savons tous, avec tout ce qui s'est passé dans cette entreprise, nous savons que beaucoup de personnes ont porté des poids, nous avons porté des critiques, il y a certaines personnes qui sont accusées de quoi que ce soit, tout et tout ça. Donc le passé, très souvent, n'est pas aussi fabuleux comme on aurait voulu avoir. Mais il y a toujours un espoir. Et avec le message que M. H a donné aujourd'hui, que de garder les yeux sur le back-office, qu'il y a un nouveau développement qui arrive, c'est quelque chose de fabuleux. Donc, ce que moi, personnellement, ce que moi j'aimerais qu'on comprenne, c'est que le passé n'est pas toujours facile. Et nous avons vu à travers tout ce que nous avons vécu. Et quand on se focalise, on essaie de voir ce qui s'est passé avec tout ce que nous avons entendu. C'était pas quelque chose de vraiment bien. Mais comme nous savons ce que notre PDG est capable de faire, Il est toujours venu avec un sourire, il est toujours venu avec une bonne mine. Il a tout supporté et il nous a encouragés. Je pense que c'est avec son attitude, c'est par rapport à son attitude que nous tous, nous avons tenu jusqu'à ce jour. Parce que sans son attitude positive, ça serait vraiment difficile. Si un PDG arrive et qu'il a la mine brisée, il est découragé, qu'est-ce que les autres vont faire? Ça serait vraiment difficile. Mais il a montré un sens de positivité qui nous a tous encouragés. Et ça, c'est vraiment important. J'aimerais toujours souligner ça et puis le remercier, remercier véritablement sa femme parce que si sa femme n'était pas forte, je pense que H lui-même n'allait pas être fort comme il est actuellement. On a l'habitude de dire que derrière un homme fort, il y a une femme très forte. Voilà, donc c'est très important de le dire. Et puis, je souhaite que tout un chacun qui écoute cette vidéo, bien qui voit cette vidéo, prie pour cette famille, parce que ce qu'ils sont en train de faire, c'est quelque chose d'extraordinaire. Ça va changer beaucoup de choses, beaucoup de personnes. Moi, personnellement, avant même que les choses sérieuses ne se passent comme nous l'attendons, mais aujourd'hui, je suis complètement transformé parce que avant je ne pouvais peut-être pas parler devant des gens, je ne pouvais pas parler devant voilà, faire une émission, mais Martienne m'a entraîné avec Francine. Aujourd'hui, nous faisons tous cette belle émission pour que des personnes qui parlent en français puissent comprendre. Donc, sincèrement, il faudrait qu'on ouvre les mains pour accueillir ce qui est en train d'arriver. Se libérer complètement du passé. Quand je parle du passé, c'est par rapport à tout un chacun. Ce que nous avons vécu dans notre passé. Il y a des gens qui ont perdu leur travail, il y a des gens qui ont perdu leur famille, il y a des gens qui sont aujourd'hui dans des difficultés. Mais c'est le moment maintenant de se réjouir parce que nous savons qu'il y a quelque chose de merveilleux qui est en train d'arriver. Il y a quelque chose de bien qui va nous permettre non seulement de transformer notre vie d'une manière profonde, mais de transformer la vie de d'autres personnes aussi. Et je pense que c'est ça le message que H est en train de montrer. Souffrir pour que d'autres personnes puissent rire, souffrir pour que d'autres personnes puissent avoir la vie, souffrir pour que d'autres personnes puissent avoir franchement l'espoir de se dire, nous n'avons jamais pensé être quelqu'un dans cette vie, mais avec cette compagnie, nous avons aujourd'hui le pouvoir, la force, le pouvoir de dire, nous pouvons devenir riches aussi, nous pouvons devenir quelqu'un dans ce monde-là. Donc, je tiens sincèrement à remercier tous les Hotech Pro, tout Comfort qui fait chaque fois ces émissions. Sincèrement, je me remercie tous ceux qui participent à cette belle aventure, de sorte qu'un jour ou l'autre, on se retrouve et qu'on se dise, l'aventure n'était pas facile, mais nous avons gagné le combat. Merci beaucoup.
Merci. Merci.
Bonsoir, bonjour, merci. Serge nous a dit que we are here to talk about welcoming the future and let the past go. So many have gone through difficult moments. The message we got to watch our OES today has given us joy and hope. We are looking at what our company went through. There is some great to take out of it, some greatness to take out of the difficulties we have gone through. If our CEO has not been strong enough and always positive, we wouldn't have been here today. Our gratitude goes to his wife too, because she has backed him. I call on all of us to pray for that family. I have got a lot from the company, and today I am able to talk to an audience. We have to get rid of the past after all we have lost. It will help us transform our lives and impact others. That's the message Ash is giving us today. Do good for others. I wish to thank Otech Pro, Comfort, and all of you, and we are longing to see what is ahead of us.
Thank you, Francine. Thanks. So, Marty, are you ready to speak now, please? So let us know, were you listening to us from this onset? Do you want to make a conclusion of the session now? Then it's all yours. We'll give you a bit more time to do that. Is it me or Marty? Is it me?
Marty, we can't hear you. Turn it on.
How
You're
about
on-
now?
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Are you
Thank
talking to
you.
me, Comfort? I'm sorry.
Yes, I was saying if
Okay.
you were listening to us before you came in, then we'll give you the opportunity to conclude this session for us.
I was listening the best I could, so I'm okay. Yeah, I can go.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about the whole time. Yeah, we had that little call, and usually it's, hey, check this out before the live, and we usually get messages like that right after we start. So that's not a first. But I was happy to try to, I finally got able to listen to it. And I was looking back at what happened and how we need to look forward. Ash built a vehicle for us like no one's ever seen before. It will carry a lot of people. It'll carry millions. It has no rear view mirror. And it was built to uplift humanity. And I looked at all the stuff that he probably had attacked towards him. Defamation. People tried to smear him, accuse him of things, denouncing him, criticizing him, condemning him, deceit, backstabbing, double crossing, fraud, sabotage, abandonment. All these, and this happened. And while this was happening, you know, I chat with him a lot. And it really bothered me to my core. But I realized I also learned from him. And what he had done is he took all these things like negativity, betrayal, deception, that were thrown at him. In the industry that he came from, he was known as the golden child. What he touched turned to gold. Very intelligent man. He has records in marketing and how many people. But when this company that he wanted to build to uplift humanity, it did all these things to him and his family. I'm glad you brought up his wife because, yes, she's a strong woman, without a doubt. But what Ash did better than anybody I know, much better than I would have done because I'm from New Jersey and we handle things a little different. At least 20 years ago. I'm an old guy now, but I can take what comes to me, but it bothered me what happened to him or what happens to anybody in my extended family. But the cool thing that he did, because he has so much grace and love for mankind, you could be the nastiest person in the world and you've got 1% of good. That's what Ash always focuses on. And one thing he did that really I realized as all these years that went by, he took all the negative and he formed them into a step and he stood on it. And the next one he stood on it. The next one he stood on it. He used that to take us where we're going. Or some people put it on their back and they carry it. Too heavy to carry. He said, you want to throw it at me? I will make a step. Today we got information that things are about to open up here and look different. We're looking for news probably this week. He could say something here any minute, who knows? But the point is, taking that negative towards him, his family, the money that was stolen, the betrayal, whatever we could imagine happened. We'll find out maybe. I don't care if I know all the details. I don't like it. The sooner I can erase it from my head, the quicker. I don't dwell in negative. I don't listen to negative. I don't watch negative. If somebody has something bad to say, I know how to get you out of my universe and I don't need to listen to you anymore. But he took all that and made steps to bring us to the success we were looking for. Even the very people that deceived him, he folded them up in a little square, put them down, and stepped up and went to the next and next and next. And the only thing he carried on his back was not the negative, but he carried all of us. He carried all of us. Some of us jumped off his back. I'm not going, but that's okay. Everybody. I don't care who they are. And they can hear me right now. They didn't go anywhere. When this door opens, they'll be running in as fast as they can. But I want to give a shout out to Mr. Mafara and his family for having the kindness, the charitable heart, and the love for mankind to take all of this nastiness and mold it into stairs to success for all of us. That's all I have.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, team, for doing another powerful session again today. It's been heavy with information and so much excitement. And whoever is watching, just drop a comment in any of the YouTube channels you find yourself in. Let's know how this powerful panel did today. And let's keep our eyes where the CEO says we should. The future's bright, guys. There's no doubt about it. And I think I am ready for the best shape of my life. I don't know about you. So I wish you all a beautiful week ahead. And again, happy Eid Mubarak or the Eid Mubarak, and then happy Women's Day, Mothering Day, and thinking about our sister Gifty in prayers. See you. Have a wonderful week. Bye.